TIFU convincing my GF to try ayahuasca. My GF and I were planning to go on an ayahuasca journey 2 weekends ago. It was my idea, but I got cold feet closer to the time and eventually dropped out. My GF wanted to follow my lead, but I encouraged her to go through with it and just do it without me because she was actually looking forward to the experience. I was not allowed to be present during the ayahuasca ceremony. The facilitator only allowed people who were partaking. I decided to wait somewhere close by until my GF sent me a message to tell me that she was done. As soon as my GF got into the car with me, I could tell something was different about her, which I kind of expected to be the case. I asked her questions during the drive about her ayahuasca experience and her overall response was that it was positive. Her answers were short though and it low-key seemed like her mind was elsewhere, so I stopped talking and gave her some space to digest whatever happened. The two of us were sitting in silence for what felt like forever, until my GF unexpectedly opened her mouth to ask if I was willing to drop her off at her apartment instead of us going back to my apartment, which was our original plan. I asked if everything was okay and she said she just wanted to be alone. I dropped her off at her apartment and didn't see or hear from her again until the following day when she appeared at the front door of my apartment without any warning. She instantly initiated sex, which was not something she usually did, but I was not complaining. When the fucking was over, my GF appeared to be suffering from a severe case of post-nut clarity. I'm not gonna share everything she said word for word because I wouldn't even know where to begin, but she basically informed me that she had sex with me as a test to see how she would feel afterwards. My GF said her ayahuasca journey left her feeling unexpectedly spiritual and that same feeling made her feel somewhat ashamed of the life she's been living. She said all she could see while having sex with me was the figures she saw when she was tripping on ayahuasca. She described the figure as an enormous newborn baby with fully developed adult arms and legs. She said the giant baby spoke to her in the voice of her late father, but she became too emotional to explain to me what the baby actually said. However, she did manage to sum up her understanding of whatever she experienced. My GF said the baby encouraged her to accept something she's always denied. She said she was asexual. She said she never cared about having sex with me or anyone else and that sex made her feel nothing, but she pretended that it did to please her partners, which she now regretted because it was so many years of lying to herself and to others. It was a lot to take in, but I did my best to let my GF know that I would continue to love her like I always have. My GF said the baby with the adult arms and legs looked like that because it wanted her to understand that none of her relationships would ever feel fully formed because the person who loved her will always want from her what she cannot give. I said that was deep as fuck. My GF hugged me and said she didn't want to scare me, but she would understand if I ended up losing interest in her. I promised her that I would do whatever I could from my side to keep our relationship alive. But deep down though, I was like, fuck that mutant baby. It's been 2 weeks since all of the above, and you know what, it's actually not been easy. My GF and I are still sleeping together from time to time, but it's not that enjoyable now that I know that not only is she not getting anything out of it, she's also expecting our relationship to end. Dr. convinced my GF to go on an ayahuasca journey. GF returned from the journey an asexual.